चलो, let's talk about the next accounting standard 4. Okay, now बहुत easy accounting standard, very easy accounting standard. Okay, जैसे what happened, every time our year will start on 1st April and year ends on 31st March. Any problem till here? No. So in between here, whatever transaction happens, that we to anyways record. ठीक है? अब after this, on this date, financial statements will be ready. No. Can I say it will take some period of time? Correct? No, it will take some period. Let's say it took time till 30th August. Okay, on this date financial statements were ready, the board of directors ka meeting happened and they approved the financial statements. Okay, thereafter we will have annual general meeting, you'll call the shareholders, you will show them the financial statements and then it will get adopted in the AGM. Correct? No, ऐसे ही तो होता है ना. Okay, अच्छा ठीक है. अब in this period you are doing audit चल रहा है for this financial year. Correct? तो अब क्या हुआ, there was one debtor here who has to pay us 1 lakh rupees. There was a debtor here who has to pay us 1 lakh rupees. Guys, I'm just going to take 2 examples here. You get it. AS4 will never be difficult after that. If you don't get it, you will never get it. Okay? Full attention on the board. There was already a debtor here who has to pay us 1 lakh. Okay? We are in Bengaluru. That debtor is situated in in some north part somewhere. Okay, so what happened in that north part, God forbid, worst case, this should never happen, there was a earthquake on 5th of February. There was a earthquake. ठीक है, earthquake हो गया. So 5th of March ले ले, easy रहेगा for you to understand. ठीक है, earthquake उधर हो गया. Okay, on 2nd April, he called you and he told you, say 1 month ago earthquake happened, we've tried to recover, I will not be able to pay your 1 lakh. अब नहीं हो रहा है, I will not be able to pay your 1 lakh. So can I say this debtor became bad debt? Debtor belongs to this year, but bad debt actually happened in the next year. अब पंगा है that ये bad debts, where should you record? In 16-17 or 17-18. This is why AS4 came into picture. अब AS4 बोलता है, देख, the earthquake happened on 5th March and he becoming bad. It is not a surprise. You kind of knew it was coming. Correct? तो ये हो जाएगा बेटा adjusting event. ये क्या हो जाएगा? Adjusting event. And for this, on 31st March, you should make a provision. Now how you will make a provision? Because obviously the books are open. You're still finalizing the accounts, right? So go back and make a provision. It was not a surprise. You knew it was coming, right? You saw it coming. Correct? But otherwise situation, एक और example लेते हैं. Year starts 1st April, year end 31st March. In January somewhere, one of our cashier, she took away 1 lakh rupees from the business. You didn't get to know only. You figured it out only in May. Okay, and the financial statements are approved in August. अब मुझे बोल, ये adjusting होगा कि no? Adjusting होगा. Why? It has already happened and there is additional event which confirms the happening of the original event. Therefore it is a adjusting event and 1 lakh rupees का loss हुआ, you record it on 31st March. Am I clear till here? अब vice versa situation. 1st April 31st March, On this date, we have a debtor of 1 lakh. Earthquake, we are approving the financial statements on 30th August. Earthquake happened on 5th April. He declared bankruptcy on 25th of April. Apollo. As on 31st March. Is this an adjusting event or not adjusting event? Not adjusting event because there was no condition only. There was no condition that existed. Additional event happening that confirms the existence. कुछ था ही नहीं. It happened after. ठीक है? Okay. Okay. Same. The rule is the same. Year starts 1st April, year ends 31st March, and 30th August is my financial statements approval date. ठीक है? अब क्या हुआ? In January, in May, one of our competitors filed a case against us. Here, in May, 1st April, 31st March, and 30th August. In May, one of our competitors filed a case against us, claiming damages of 14 lakhs. Ab bolo, adjusting, not adjusting. Initiation of litigation is not an adjusting, but this case was filed here. He claimed a damage of 14 lakhs. We told him nothing will happen. But in May, the court order was passed against us and we have to pay 14 lakhs. Ab bolo, adjusting, not an adjusting. Adjusting event. This is a adjusting event. Settlement of a litigation, that is adjusting event. Clear till here? So एक student एक doubt पूछा, ma'am, initiation here. Settlement happened after the financial statements are approved. So it is not covered under the aspect of AS4 only. No, it is not covered. Now see, when the case was filed against us, it would already be our contingent liability. Discloses that as a footnote. No, we have discussed contingent liability is disclosed as a footnote. This after is not covered under the aspect of AS4 only. Correct? Anyways, it will be recorded here only. Next year. Am I clear till here? This mota moti is your accounting standard 4. Majoritatively over. Baaki sab extra chiller pillar you have to know. Yes, always. Contingent liability is always shown as a footnote to the balance sheet. Okay. Now, accounting standard 4 talks about two things. One, contingencies. And second, events occurring after balance sheet date. Actually, if you see, accounting standard 4 talks only about this. It doesn't talk about this. This has been moved to AS29. But they forgot to change the name. They've removed the contents, but they forgot to change the name. So it's okay. Okay. So actually, accounting standard 4 talks about only one thing, that is events occurring after balance sheet date. It says that 1st April is the year start, 31st March is the year end. Financial statements are approved, okay, by the competent authority. Matlab, in case of a company, board of directors. In case of partnership firm, partners, whoever approves. Between this period, if anything happens which is confirming here, then it is an adjusting event. If it is a new, then it is a non-adjusting event. Okay, now we will talk about both of them in detail. But did you know what is, do you understand what is adjusting, what is non-adjusting? Okay. Now before I go into depth of understanding adjusting and non-adjusting, a small concept. I'm sure you know, but a small concept. तुमको पता है बेटा what is provision? क्या होता है बेटा provision? Word provision means creating a hundi for a future expected loss. Correct? This provision can be of two types. One, requiring outflow. जैसे provision for tax, outstanding salary, provision for salaries that you make, they are for outflow. And second is against the asset. Matlab provision for depreciation. Correct? or provision for doubtful debt. They are against the asset. Okay, this talks about only this. What provisions you have to create against the asset. Okay, which asset you may not recover again is covered here. Am I clear till here? Okay. Now talking about events occurring after balance sheet date. अब तुम नाम बराबर पढ़ो बेटा. It says events occurring after balance sheet date. मतलब did they say events occurring after 31st March? What have they told? Balance sheet date. मतलब every time you prepare balance sheet, whether interim, whether quarterly, कुछ भी, this accounting standard will be applicable. Every time you prepare balance sheet, whether interim or whether final, कुछ भी, every time you prepare a balance sheet, this will be applicable. Hey guys, you understand, right? Listed companies, every listed company has to quarterly prepare their financial statements. Correct, no? So every time they prepare, ये applicable होगा. Am I clear till here? Okay. Now, first I talk about that debtor. Earthquake here, bankruptcy here. मतलब ये क्या था? Adjusting event. So on 31st March, you should go back to your debtors and create a provision. Correct? No, if your debtors in the balance sheet will appear at 1 lakh, then you will minus provision for doubtful debt 1 lakh, and now your debtor will actually become 0. Am I clear till here? But earthquake here and declaracy also here, then it becomes a non-adjusting event. Then no adjustment. Only in board of directors report we have to disclose. Yes, ऐसा हो गया. Am I clear till? So if it is a adjusting event, what you will do? Adjust the asset and liability, and second effect, this will go to P&L. Second effect, it will go to P&L. And if it is a non-adjusting event, disclose. Where? Board of directors report, or any competent authority, which whoever's report is that kind of organization. Am I clear till here? Okay. अब ये बोलता है that accounting standard says events after balance sheet should be one. You should only prepare this for significant events. Significant events मतलब something significant has happened. जैसे if the business is for 50 crores, big business, very big business, 5,000 का loss happened. That is not a significant event. Significant matlab it should be a big significant amount. Then you should consider both favorable and unfavorable events. You should cover both favorable and unfavorable events here. You can't say only favorable I will take or only unfavorable. You should take both. This is accounting standard 4 ka saying. Am I clear till here? Everybody? Now, apart from these transaction, accounting standard 4 talks about two very important things, one of which we already know. Two very important things, one of which we already know, we have done in financial statements of a company. Dividend of this year will be declared and paid in this year. When will you record? That year only. Why you will record here? Dividend of this year paid in the next year, declared and paid in the next year. So when you should record? That year only. Am I clear till here? अब accounting standard एक और बोलता है, एक और important, okay, very important. जैसे year starts 1st April, year ends on 31st March. ठीक है? अब क्या हुआ? On same approval, okay? अब क्या हुआ? On 1st May, a huge fire broke out in the business premises. An entire asset was burned. Okay? Oh, technically, can I say this is a non-adjusting event? Correct? After the year end, this is a non-adjusting event. But can I say if entire plant and machinery is gone, then it may affect our going concern? It may affect our going concern. So whenever it is a non-adjusting event, then you should check if going concern assumption is still valid or not. Matlab if the loss is not so huge that it will affect that the business will be there or not. If going concern assumption is still valid, so everything is still okay, we will still be running, iska matlab only disclosure in board of directors report. But if going concern is no longer valid, matlab we are not going to run the business, then if we have done this framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements, the business was not a going concern, all assets were recorded at realizable value, all assets were recorded at realize. So that's what you should do. All assets should be recorded at everything, all assets and liabilities should be recorded at realizable value. Am I clear till here? If you have understood till here, accounting standard 4 is over. Am I clear till here? I will give you 1 minute. Look at the flow chart that we have made. I want you to quickly understand the flow chart that we have made. No, once more, what? हाँ बेटा, जब बैलेंस शीट बनाएंगे, that time AS4 will be applicable. So when I say as on balance sheet date, we always have a mindset कि balance sheet date मतलब year end 31st March. So when you are preparing interim financial statements or you are preparing quarterly financial statements, that time also AS4 will be applicable. जैसे for example, अभी your year started on 1st April. Can I say 30th June, first quarter will end? So as a listed company, you're supposed to prepare financial statements on 30th September. So obviously it will not happen on that date, correct? So let's say we took 1 week's time. So 8th or 7th of whatever, July, okay, whatever, doesn't matter. Up between this period, this will be my events occurring after balance sheet date. This will be my balance sheet date and this will be my approval. So here in middle, anything happens, that is my events occurring after balance sheet date. Then you should check adjusting, non-adjusting. Adjusting matlab adjust, non-adjusting matlab disclose. ठीक है? Clear till here? Now, one more thing. Accounting standard 4 is not applicable to insurance company because they are covered by IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. Any retirement benefit plans because they are covered by accounting standard 15. Commitments on long-term lease contracts because they are covered by accounting standard 19, leases. ठीक है? Last one, what are the disclosure requirements? Disclosure requirements, one, you have to tell what is the nature of event, whether adjusting or non-adjusting, and an estimation of financial effect that it will have on the financial statements, and where you can't estimate the amount, disclose the fact. AS1, you have to disclose the fact. Okay. Now one more thing here, see, if the business is not a going concern, AS1 requires us to disclose. If we study this in AS1, no. If you are a going concern, you can't go around telling, hey, I'm going concern. Shut up. But if you're not a going concern, then you're supposed to tell, correct, that I am not going to continue the business. So if the plant and machinery which is destroyed, huge, gone, and if you are not a going concern, then we have to disclose. Okay. With this, we finish accounting standard 1. 4 lines of aging. अब करेंगे बेटा questions. Come to question number 1. Accounting standard 4. Come to question number 1. Okay. ठीक है. First one. X company limited. In X company limited, a theft of cash of 5 lakh by the cashier on 1st January X1 detected in May X1. Accounts of the company were not yet approved by board of directors of the company. Decide whether the theft of cash has to be adjusted in accounts of the company for the year ended 31st March X2, X1. So, year starts on 1st April X0, year ends on 31st March X1. In January X1, there was a theft which was detected in May X1, correct? And financial statements are not yet approved. So it is below, adjusting, non-adjusting. Okay. Guys, answer obviously you will be reading at home. One small request, these charts that I'm drawing, you also draw so that it will be easier for you to understand later. Okay. So this is a adjusting event. Okay. Question number 2. Earthquake destroyed a major warehouse of ACCA company limited on 25 2000 X2. So 20th May X2 में the earthquake has destroyed the major warehouse. Accounting year of the company ends on 31st March X2. So year ends is 31st March X2. The loss of earthquake is estimated rupees 30 lakhs. State with reason whether the loss due to earthquake is a adjusting event or not a adjusting event. Bolo. Non-adjusting event. Correct? Guys, see here you should understand they have written major warehouse. Major warehouse where majority of your goods are kept. So here you have to also disclose about going concern. Okay? Both वो full paragraph लिखना पड़ेगा whether the going concern assumption is valid or not. ठीक है? Okay. Third one. A company has filed a legal suit against a debtor from whom 15 lakh is recoverable on 31st March X1. So on 31st March X1, we have already filed the case. We have to recover 15 lakhs. Okay. The chances by way of legal suit are not good as per the legal opinion given in April. So in April, we are assuming that paisa nahi aayega. Can the company provide for full amount of 15 lakhs as per provision or doubtful debt? Bolo. Yes, this is the adjusting event because this is settlement of a litigation. It is not an initiation. So this is a adjusting event. We should make full provision for doubtful debts. Okay. Question number 4. In preparing financial statements of R Limited for the year ended 31st March X1. So 31st March X1 is the year end. You come across the following information. State with reason how will you deal with it. Okay. The company has invested 100 lakhs in April X1 before approving the financial statements. Matlab here the approval is happening later. Okay. Or by the board of directors in acquisition of another company doing similar business. Guys, you should understand this is favorable event. We have invested something. Obviously, this is a favorable event. Okay. Now tell me, adjusting, non-adjusting? Not adjusting. This is a new circumstance. So we will disclose in board of directors report. हाँ. फेवरेबल मतलब हमको गेन होने वाला है, अनफेवरेबल मतलब हमको लॉस होने वाला है. Something only significant. Yes, only significant items should be disclosed. If it was a choto moto, even after balance sheet. Yes. A limited company closed his accounting year on 30th June X1. So year ends on 30th June X1. Okay. The accounts for that period were considered and approved by the board of directors on 20th August X1. So approval happened on 20th August X1. The company was engaged in laying pipeline for an oil company depth beneath the earth. You understand what is laying of oil company? Under the sea, there is a lot of oils. They have to put the oil rig. वो सब, okay? ठीक है. While doing the boring work on 1st September X1, it had met a rocky surface for which it is estimated that there will be an extra cost to the tune of 80 lakhs. So हमको एक rocky surface मिला, तो rock को break करके फिर नीचे जाना, correct? So that will cost an extra 80 lakhs. You are required to state with reason. बोलो क्यों? Exactly, this is not even AS4. Because when did you meet the rocky surface? Here, 1st September. After financial statements are approved. So what I'm trying to tell here, it will not be adjusting. But obviously in the next year, you will record, no? In the next year, you will record. But as on this date, for this balance sheet, this is not a adjusting event. Barabar? Okay. Sixth one. While preparing its final accounts for the year ended 31st March X1, a company made a provision for bad debts at 5% of the debtors. So, year end is 31st March X1 and we have made PDD already at 5%. In the last week of February, a trade receivable of 2 lakh has suffered a heavy loss due to earthquake and the loss was not covered by insurance. So मतलब in February, before the final year ended, earthquake हो गया. Okay. In April X1, trade receivable became a bankrupt. Bolo adjusting, non-adjusting? Definitely adjusting because this is not a surprise. We knew it was coming. So definitely it is a adjusting event. Question number 7. During the year X1, X2, matlab year started on 1st April X1, year ended on 31st March X2. See, there's a reason that I've told you to draw these charts. Near the question, when you draw the charts, no, before exam, 1 day, 2 day before exam, you would want to revise. So तुम question पढ़ो, chart देखो, पता चलेगा adjusting, non-adjusting, done. You would have already prepared how to write this answer during the preparation time. Before 1 day before the exam, you would like to revise, know how, what is happening. So this flowcharts will tell you question, answer, ho gaya. So all you need to do is in the summary book, read the theory, quickly go through the questions, read the flowchart, answer done. So within 30 minutes, entire AS4 will be over. Are you understanding? So easily I'm telling you to write the charts, okay? Now you will understand because I am doing. Later you should understand, that is the trick, okay? Raj Limited was sued by a competitor for 15 lakhs for infringement of trademark. Infringement of trademark means he has copied our trademark. Sorry, we have copied our competitor's trademark for which they have sued us. Okay. Guys, it is written during the year X1, X2. Matlab somewhere here in this year only. Okay. Based on the advice received, based on the advice of company's legal counsel, Raj Limited provided for a sum of 10 lakh in the financial statements for the year 31st March X1. So on this date, we have already made a provision to the extent of 10 lakhs. Correct? Okay. On 18th May X2. Now, on 18th May, the court decided in the favor of the party alleging infringement of trademark and ordered Raj Limited to pay the aggrieved party a sum of 14 lakh. The financial statements were approved by the company's management on 30th April and approved by the board of director on 30th May. So approval is happening on 30th May. Prepared on 30th April. So here is preparation. Here is approval. Okay? Bolo. Adjusting. Right? Financial statement prepared or approval? Approval. Financial statement? Approval. So till here we have time. Now, when I say this is a adjusting event, we have lost a case by 14 lakhs. Correct? On this date, we have already made a provision of 10 lakh. So now go back and now make a provision of 14 lakhs. Sorry, obviously more 4 lakhs. Am I clear? This is what I mean when I say adjusting. Go back and increase the provision to 4 lakh because it has happened before the financial statements are approved. Am I clear till here? Okay. Eighth one, A Limited sold a building for rupees 50 lakhs to B Limited and also has given the possession to B Limited. Okay. The book value of the building is 30 lakhs. Matlab profit of 20 as on 31st March. Documentation and legal formalities are pending. The company has not recorded the sale and stored the amount received as advance. बोलो record करना चाहिए नहीं record करना चाहिए because of substance over form. Fantastic. Yes, we studied this in AS1. I don't know why what this question is doing here, but anyways, AS1 में पढ़े ना बेटा substance over form. So yes, we should recognize. Can I say building should be de-recognized? मतलब we should record the sale and we should also record the profit of 20 lakhs. ठीक है? Yes, exactly. Okay. Y Limited has a book debt and has a book debt and has a doubt over recoverability of some book debts. The amount that can be recovered, that cannot be recovered, is not quantifiable. Matlab we have some debtors, we know some money is not going to come, but we don't know how much. You can't quantify it. Okay. Thus, Y Limited is of the opinion that provision for doubtful debt should not be made. Why? Because we are not able to quantify it. Y Limited creates provision for certain other expenses on estimated basis. Chalo, is the contention of Y correct or wrong? We should provide. At least we'll have past year figures. We'll know what is the average percentage. Ek estimation though you should provide for. Yes, must provide. The contention of Y Limited is wrong. Clear till here? One request, it's the weekend. Tomorrow is holiday, Sunday holiday. You must study how to write these answers. Knowing the answer is one thing. How to write an exam income is another thing. Okay. So I have already given you answers in the textbook. Learn how to write and come. Okay. That's all for the day. Bye everybody. Have a good weekend.